This is a 2-pack of the TDI brand portable two-way radio, which are family radio service FRS compatible. I've received these to review for free from the Amazon Voice program, but they have not paid me for this review, and my opinions are my own. So the package includes some lanyards, the two radios, a power adapter that has two USB ports to power the two charging cables, and you're probably going to have to use these charging cables unless you have USB mini connectors around. So these are the oldest mini small USB connectors around. So I'm glad they included the cables because I'm not sure if I'd be able to dig up one of these particular connectors. So don't lose the cables. Now these guys have a lithium-ion battery built in. There's a little detachable clip-ish thing that allows you to clip it to a belt or something, or you can take it off. I noticed there are 2 points on the side, so presumably you could buy a compatible charging dock from somewhere where you drop these in to charge, as opposed to having to open up this little rubber port and plug the cable in there. It also has the options to use kind of Kenwood style 2-pin headsets that have the microphone and headphone built in. So if you want to buy a headset for this, you can. It has the volume control here. You turn it on. And
22.
Alright, the power is on. It's on channel 22. So you turn it on and there you are, has a green flashing light. Push to talk. Transmitting. It turns to red when you're transmitting. There's also the channels, so you can change the channel.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Now you might notice there's no display, it's all audio, but you set the channel, you push to talk, you talk with it. So we're going to turn this guy on.
Power on. 22, 1.
Okay, we're on channel 1 there.
2, 1.
Okay. All right, well, they do feedback, but yes, they do broadcast. I am going to get a different brand, family radio, FRS radio, channel 1, and broadcast these just to make sure they're compatible with a different brand of FRS radios. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. All right, it can definitely receive. Confirm, confirm, testing, testing. And it can transmit. The transmission audio sounds a lot better on the other one. I'm going to turn the volume down a little better and see if we can get better quality there with lower volume. Hello, testing, testing. All right, that quality is sounding a little better. It'll still be loud. So the speakers on these guys are quite loud. I'm going to turn it down even more. Hello, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm happy to report they communicate with other FRS radios just fine. Alright, I've plugged the charger in, and we have a red light at the top of each unit. I'll let that go. I'm assuming it either turns off or turns green when they're charged. So I've been reading the manual, and there's a couple of configurations you can do. So it has voice operated, where if you're having a headset with a microphone, you can just talk into the microphone, and when it detects your voice, it will automatically transmit without having to use the push to talk button. So if you want to turn that on, you set the setting to channel 1 and you turn it off, and then you press and hold the push to talk plus the channel down key, and that will turn the Vox function on and off. And it'll tell you a voice prompt, Vox on, Vox off. So if you go to the 15th channel, you press and hold the push to talk plus channel down button to turn on the radio and switch the prompt language between Chinese and English. And on the 16th channel, press and hold the push to talk plus channel down to turn on the radio and turn on the scanning function on or off. So with the scanning function, it'll go through all of the different channels and stop when it hears something and play that for you. Otherwise, it'll stay on the channel that you left it on. You can read the manual yourself, but a summary here is that channels 1 through 7 are high power output, channels 8 through 14 are low power output, and then channels 15 through 22 are again high power output. So if you're using it close by, you probably want to pick one of the low channels to conserve battery. Otherwise, if you want maximum range, you pick one of the high channels. I just did a distance test with these guys on channel 1. That's one of the higher power channels. And they were usable out to about 1.1 miles, which is 1.8 kilometers. This was outdoors, but not line of sight. You know, there were definitely houses, trees, hills in the way. So that's a reasonable range for a family radio, family radio service radio. So, they do what they say they're going to do, is they let you talk with each other. They have a port here, so if you happen to have a headset with the Kenwood style 12 millimeter spacing plugs, you can plug that in and use it with a headset. So yeah, they're pretty reasonable radios at this price point. If you need a couple of these radios to talk with your family, I don't have any reservations about recommending these as a nice, inexpensive, family radio.